Hey, it's Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. And if you're watching this video, I work for you. Questions that you have for the team, players, coaches, myself, always welcome those. So please get at me however you can. So Carolina Panthers are now getting in that home stretch, preparing to take on the New York Jets. And today, back at the stadium, big smile because I'm excited. First time being here in over a year. But back at the stadium to talk to players and coaches about the upcoming game. First, let's touch on the injury report. We only have one player that is listed on that injury report, and that is Shi Smith. He had a shoulder injury that he's dealing with, so he today was not participating in practice. We saw him on the sidelines on the bike, so that's the only person, thankfully, that's on the injury report currently. So as the Carolina Panthers prepare for the New York Jets, I asked Coach Matt Rule about what are some of the things that they're going to have to prepare for and that the Jets do really good. Now, this is just my opinion. He started off talking about defense, so I feel like that may be where he feels like their strong point is on the defensive side. So they've drafted well on that defense. Their line is pretty good. They stop the run pretty good, and they run a lot of great schemes. So that is something that he feels like the Jets do really well, and that this team is going to have to prepare to overcome in order to have some success versus the Jets. You guys asked me specifically about J.C. Horn and how he's holding up going through the preseason and getting ready for his first pro game. So I asked Rule not specifically about JC, but just about the rookies in general and how they're holding up physically. And he mentioned that as a whole, he feels like the rookies are doing pretty good. But he says right now is really not where he feels the biggest test for these rookies are going to come in. Is later on in the season, especially during a 17-game season, that he feels like it'll be more of a test on how the rookies are doing. But so far, he feels like they're responding well. They've preached to them about taking care of their bodies, the nutrition and sleep and all that stuff. It feels like these guys are doing a good job of taking care of themselves. No surprise, most of the questions today were about Sam Darnold. We did get a chance to speak with Sam Darnold, but Coach Rule talked about Sam, said he hadn't felt like he's seen anything particularly new or different or that he's observed about Sam as he prepares for this game, preaches about the next game is the most important game. He says that, if he ever sees a guy go to prepare a lot for one game, then that means he didn't prepare as well as he should have for the other game. So I like the message that Coach Rule has and wanting to see consistency from these guys. And so next up was Sam Darnold. And again, he had a lot of questions about the Jets and how excited he is. And he's stayed the same. It's going to be the next game that's the most important. This is the next game. But he did give an interesting response when I asked him about, is there anything that you're going to be looking for to happen on Sunday that kind of gets you into the groove? And he said, Coach Rule might not like this, but getting hit may be one of those things. He said he doesn't know for sure. It could be the first completion. It could just be the first series. But he says getting hit, and he's not talking about getting leveled. He's not talking about getting sacked, but just some contact could be something that gets him really flowing and into the flow for the game on Sunday. CMC was up next and last. CMC is a guy that I'm learning, and maybe guys that feel the same way, that he's not going to show his hand. He's not going to tip his hat about anything dramatically on knowing Christian McCaffrey. But he said that he's feeling very good about this game and excited to play this game. Doesn't feel like this time off is going to make him particularly better, but he says, I'm always just excited. But something that he tries to teach himself and teach the other guys is to stay consistently humble, confident, and respecting your opponent. And that's something that he practices and tries to teach to the other guys as well. So that will conclude your report for today. Today is Wednesday. We'll have a few more times where we're able to interact with the team, and I'm going to continue to bring that information to you. If you have not done so already, really strongly encourage you to hit the subscribe button, and even more importantly, hit that bell notification, because I will do a lot of live videos where I can get your input and answer questions directly, and I want you all to be a part of that because, again, I work for you. So thank you for watching. Chris Jenkins reporting for Charlotte Vibe.